Hello, right, this is an interesting little episode here. Basically, back at my mate's house, did their bathroom ages ago, put some rads in when they renovated. I've done a little interesting downstairs loo, done loads of little tiny little jobs for them over the years. I'm back here now, so they wanted to just change the kitchen radiator. And then whilst I was there, they sort of spruced up their kitchen. It was their, they didn't want to completely redo the kitchen, so his mum was having her kitchen done, and they just took all the units out and like sort of cut them up and got them fitted. And I think they've done quite a nice job of just sort of updating the kitchen from what it was before, and putting this in it. But he wants me to change the kitchen tap. I've got to change the basin trap that was leaking. Well, so we've got a few other bits and pieces, so let's have a look inside. So these are the rads that I've done once upon a time. Put a little nest on for them. I did this, so this was just an under, it was just under the stairs here, and I ended up building this wall for them here. Put a little toilet in with a sani flow. So that's that, a little basin there, and it goes into a little sani flow in there. Look, open that. And then this is the updated kitchen. Now, if you saw the old kitchen, this is so much nicer. It was like a proper old kitchen. I think they've smashed this, just putting this in. So last time I was here, I was just sort of updating a bit of pipework at the back here, just to make it easy so the kitchen fitter could just pop that tap on, but he's not happy with that tap, so he's gonna get me to fit, I think it's this one here. So what I'm here to do though is this rad here. So that's gonna be changing, and they just want that. So annoyingly with these radiators, as you can see, it's an inlet and an outlet. I know that's upside down, just got it out of the packaging. So with these radiators, you have to get it the right way round, or you can go in and try and knock the baffle out. I can't be asked to do that. So what I've done, I've just turned the heating off because this is still red hot. So I'm just going to, I've opened the doors up, so I'm going to let this cool down, because that's still pretty warm. So I'm going to let that cool down. I'm going to tackle the kitchen tap and the other little jobs. Hopefully by then the rad's cooled down, and then what I'm going to do is I'll fire the heating up. I'll feel which one of these pipes is the inlet and outlet, or flow and return, and then I can basically just hold on to the pipes. I'll feel it come in through one side hotter than the other, and then I'll know which way this radiator has to go, basically. Just realised I did it. Oh right, so inlet has to go. Oh well, hopefully the inlet's on the left-hand side there. If it's not, then I've got to get all the floors up and swap the pipework over, or knock the baffle out, one of the two. We'll come to that when we do it. Right, anyway, let's get these other little jobs done. Anyway, let's go. So this is interesting. So this is a classic, literally the kitchen fit had one job. So I come back here, I sorted all this like pipework out to make it as easy as possible, because it was like a complete mess everywhere. So I just brought a hot and cold up, and I put the baller fixes on so the flexies can go straight onto it. This is the waste that comes from the bathroom, as you can see, from the sunny flow, so that runs down and then back out again. I had to redraw the waste and everything, and then if I remember correctly, I brought this out and left this here like basically loose, so then they could just maneuver it any way they want. And they've done that, which is good, but look at this. They've just left the overflow completely, there's got no end on it, and then capped the waste here with a cap. So, which explains when I pulled this bowl out, this one here, it was absolutely full of water. It just went all over me. I had to wipe it all up with a cloth. And look at that. So now I've got to try and find a new waste for this. Try and get that connected. It's good fun, isn't it? Bear in mind, I'm trying to cool down that radiator. Hello boys and girls, here's a cracking little tip if you're using CT1 and you have a Tajima super duper Japanese steel silicone gun. When taking off the cap for CT1, extraordinary little cap it is, sometimes you put it down, and then afterwards you're like, oh no, where's that cap gone? Oh, where have I put it? Here's a great little solution. Find your little pokey thing here, put it in there, clip it on, and it stays there. And now you'll never lose the cap ever again. Hope you enjoyed the tip. CT1. There's only one CT1. Cut. Can you cut the camera? Oh, it's only me here. Great little tip here. If you're doing taps like that where there's a bit of a side handle, when you're making in the flexies and they don't have like a red or a blue indicator for what's hot and cold, as you put it in, just mark up what the hot is. So as you can see there, I've marked it on all sides. So now you see they're just loose like that. I know which one's which without having to blow up it or get it wrong. Just takes 2 seconds, makes your life a bit easier. So that's in and sorted, all working. Lovely. Now what I'm going to do, I'll wrap this up, run back to my radiator, which has cooled down a bit now, and I'm going to sit here holding these pipes and feel which one gets hot quickest. Right hand side. Oh, what a stinker. Yeah, it's definitely this one. This right hand one. Oh, so irritating. It's cooling down again now. I'm just going to kimmy on feeling it just to double check. What you can do if you've got your flue gas analyzer, you can put your clamps on and actually just look at the temperatures. What I should have done really, that would have been better for YouTube, but just being lazy. So that is cooled down now, so that initial push round, which was when the pump kicked off, and the remaining heat in the system, it sort of just pushed it all around the system, so that was what's left, but now it's reheating the water. I'm just triple checking, only because I don't want this right hand pipe to be the flow, but definitely feels like it is. It's definitely this right hand side. No, that's the worst news ever. Yeah, it's definitely this one. Oh. Low. Return. Double check that. Yeah. Annoying. So look, as you can see in here, there's the inlet. Hopefully you can see this. Wait, is that torch even on? Yeah, it is. Why is it not working? There we go. That's probably why. You see, there we go. You see that bung down there? There. Just a bit, sorry, it's a terrible video. There we go. You can just see it there. So I've got to try and bash that out. If it'll come out. It's not normally a bit of a wax capsule, but it's just a bit of metal in there, so you see what happens here. So what you want to do is get a bit of copper, just put it right in there, 15mm copper, up onto that bung, just about there, and then hopefully this will come out. I'm scared, so I'm gonna have a little look. So, when you've got a little bung in like this, what you need to do is, I just got it wrong. It'll be bashed in from one side, so I've bashed it and it can go anywhere. So turn the radiator over now, and now I'm just gonna give it a all the way through. So let's prop this up with, look at that, perfect. New roller cloths. Pop that up there. Wash that through, hopefully. Oh, hang on a minute, where's that? Oh, okay. So what's happened here is see that it's opened it up, so it's just flapped open. So that's good now. So that's gonna flow through. So that'll be nice. So now it doesn't matter if it's the inlet or the outlet, it's just gonna flow around the radiator. Stupid bungs. Do your head in. Right, let's drain down. Whoosh. Lovely. This was actually a bathroom, my first micro cement bathroom that I did. I love the finish of this. Never ever done a bathroom where the finish was just so nice. Really enjoyed it. Came out nice. Obviously, since then I've had a baby. It was all nice and tidy when I left it. Kids, eh? But yeah, it's nice. I really liked this. Come out nice. You can have a look at that on my Instagram. I've got a funny story about this. So I did the whole bathroom, and when we did it, there was all loads of pipes in here, everything like that. And basically, this boiler pipes went down there. They were like all under the bath, like loads of pipes under the. There was a shower tray here. Lifted the shower tray. There was pipes going in the walls, and obviously up to where the old tanks used to be. So I just said to my mate, I was like, listen, let's just do a little bit more work. Let's tidy everything up, get rid of pipes that we don't need and stuff. So basically, under the floors, I found out, like, because some are going into that kitchen out there where I'm working at the moment. So I just spent a minute just trying to suss it all out, and I got just basically the necessary pipes in the floor, all clipped lovely under the joist, connected the boiler up, come into there, picked up these pipes here, and basically just teed off for the bathroom in here. And then there was just a hot and cold that went downstairs, and he was like, oh, thanks for doing that, blah, 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 because there was just pipes that just went in this void, obviously just ran up in the wall anyway, upstairs. And I could have been lazy and just come off of that and just done it, but I just like wanted to neaten it all up. Anyway, right, you can imagine the money we spent on the micro cement. We had to put like 2 layers of ply down and everything like that. Prepped all the walls. It's like 5-6 different coats of this special stuff in there. Anyway, I'm finished all the bathroom. I've done everything, right? And then all I've got to do is this mirror here. So I decided to do that hole. There's like a hole there. Do that hole there. Do that hole. And as I hit this hole here, the last hole of the job, all this water just started gushing out of the wall. I was like, oh my God. Luckily, where there was like pipes in the wall, I couldn't see. It was like behind the plaster and everything. It was just the excess water of the pipe that used to be in there. And then it just died off, and I was like, I thought I hit a live pipe. But it wasn't, it was the one, obviously I disconnected it and some of it was still in the wall, and it was just that little bit there, and it died off, and I put my plug in it. And obviously when I livened it all up, that wasn't a dead pipe, but if I didn't tidy up all the pipe work underneath there, that still would have been live, and it would have been a disaster. I would have had to cut a hole in this micro cement, and they can't just patch it in. They would have had to redo this entire wall here, and it would have been an absolute disaster. So I got well out of trouble with that. Thank God I did that. So I was being a bit impatient, still draining out there. What I did is I just whipped the rad off quick, put a couple of bungs over the pipe so the rest of the system can drain down. This is out of the way now, and I can look at getting that hung whilst it carries on draining down, just to speed things up a bit. So got this rad on now, it's all drilled. All in, I've left that top sticker in. That just says it's the top, there's no arguments. I had to pop to the merchants, and once he did that, he sort of painted behind where he couldn't paint behind the rad there, to get a few rad towel extensions. I had this one and this one, but this was too short, this was too long, and obviously they didn't want to lift up the laminate floor in here because they didn't have any spares, so I've had to come off what was there, and obviously they supplied the rad. So I mean, if I spec the rad, I would just spec a wider rad and it would have been fine, but I'm just fitting what they've asked me to fit here. So I found these rad towel extensions, the 75mm ones, and they fit perfectly. So although that's not great, that's about as neat as it's going to get. Unfortunately, they're sort of evenly spaced in between, but there's no mess, it's on, and I've just got to fill it up. But I thought I'd show you these. So obviously, look, they do different sizes, but this was another option in case these didn't work. Essentially, I got that rad towel extension, this goes in here, and then this is adjustable, so you can slide this, so even like from there all the way down, so you can adjust it. It's quite a nice option as well, if you ever get stuck. Good to know. Right, let's fill it up. So that's it, all done. It's all filled up and tested now. Could be quiet because you can hear my customer is on a one call. But what I'm going to do is, well, all the systems heating up, waiting. I'm going to put all this stuff back in the cupboard for them. It's now perfect time to jump on wherever it is. Powered now, because I've got these guys set up. So what I can do is I can go into powered now, get my invoice all ready and go, get it sent off to them so they've received it, and then hopefully they'll pay me before I've even left. It's really a really efficient way of doing it. Don't wait till you get home, just get it done while you're here, like it's almost part of the job, and you never ever forget to invoice or get a payment. So let's get to it. So I'll pop them bits away, got my invoice ready, send it off. Next step is send it to the customer to record a payment against it. Okay, perfect, done. So that should have gone ding ding down the shed there where he's working from home, and hopefully it'll come out of my money.